Officer-involved shootings have sparked heated controversy all across the country. But one filmmaker turned officer has made it his mission to strike up a new conversation.
The person you're talking about is a filmmaker named Patrick Shaver. He spent the last 2 years traveling the country to talk with officers who have been involved in on-the-job shootings.
Patrick Shaver works in law enforcement.
Documentary film director and Georgia police officer Patrick Shaver is traveling across the country to get...
My name is Patrick. In 2013, I had an idea. What if the world could see what police officers experienced after a shooting? With my wife by my side and help from a few good friends, I traveled the country, often supported by contributions from complete strangers, other times out of pocket. We gathered stories of police officers in their words
They tell you not to watch the news.
in an effort to understand the reality of what it's like to be an officer involved.
Everything like that, see, everybody's fine.
Many said that couldn't be done. No one would share their story with us, that it was a waste of time. We proved them wrong. In spring of 2016, I took an unpaid leave of absence from my job as a police officer and moved into a trailer with my wife, our son, and our trusted canine. We headed out into the open road with Officer Involved, taking it from city to city, supported only by local departments and organizations who wanted to learn more for themselves of what it means to be an officer involved. We applied to 38 film festivals. We were denied 37. So we traveled, and we walked the missing piece of the conversation coast to coast, racking up over 50,000 miles in 11 months' time. We presented at police departments, colleges, and conferences. In our time out on the road, we met men and women on both sides of the badge who have something to say, and we challenged the idea that those who serve our communities are anything less than human. And now, while we chase this goal of bridging the gap and healing that void which separates us, we know that we can't do it alone. Our communities need their leaders and citizens to join together, united by the belief that we are one as a country and people. The change that we're all hungry for starts with one person, one brother, one sister at a time, and it ends with all of us standing united on the idea that we share in this experience. Our film is only the beginning. A drop in the bucket, a subjective look at what exists behind the curtain, but it ends with a more educated public and a more connected country. With our efforts, nearly 4 years of planning, production, and exhibition, we've sought to help spur the change. The story of Officer Involved is the story of 100 lifetimes, and now you can bring it to your community. Thanks to our partnership with the revolutionary service Tugg, Officer Involved is just a click away from coming to your local theater. All it takes is one person, and you can be the spark that ignites the conversation in your community. What does it mean to be an officer involved? What happens after the shooting? Where do we go from here?
One person wanted to examine the toll these shootings can take on officers.
The filmmaker says this documentary is not about determining who is right or wrong in officer-involved shootings. Instead, its goal is to take viewers inside of the minds of the officers after the shooting happens.
We want this to become part of the conversation. There's so many wheels turning behind the scenes that we want people to see that.
Ignite the discussion in your community today. A look, if only a glimpse, of what it means to be an officer involved.